smart outlets. The smart outlets are configured using the Casa app. We have used Casa devices. They only work with Casa devices, doesn't work with other smart outlets. And you will go there and be able to configure them right here under the Outlet tab. This is a two-part setup. The first part is you follow the Casa instructions, which are on the website, to set it up in the system. And we suggest two things. Number one, that you create a special room, we say call it Hydra, and add all of the outlets that are used with your aquarium in the Hydra room. Then you've separated that, because once you find out how fun these plugs are, you'll start connecting everything to it. And you don't want somebody inadvertently turning off your aquarium equipment when they want to just flip on the light. So one, set it up in the Casa. Number two, all naming is done in the Casa app. So if you want to call it alarm or heater or lights in tank number 6, you need to do this in the Casa app. That is not done here. Once you've set up the room and you've set up the plugs and you've named them, you no longer use the Casa app. Everything else is done here. If you, in fact, try to override it from the Casa app, the Hydra system will flip it right back. So if you try to turn it off and Hydra thinks it should be on, it will 5 seconds later turn it back on. So you need to use this system to control all of the ones that are used in your aquarium. Once we're ready to set it up, we would go under Settings and we would say Configure Smart Plugs. And so this would then check your network for all of the plugs that you've set up. You can see that I've got 3 singles here, and then I have 1 strip with 6 of them. And so if you wanted to name them, you would name them differently. You would set it up. You select whether they are normally on or normally off. You would have normally on for things like heaters and air pumps, things and filters. You would normally have normally off for things like alarms and lights. Then you'll use your system to turn the lights on, whereas the other things run all the time and using the system to turn them off. So you set that up, you flip the switches to match, you pick the ones that you want to add to the system. So I'm going to add this one, save, confirm, and then save. And then when you go to the Outlet tab, you'll see that another one has appeared. So you can then go in that one, and it has auto. That means Hydra is controlling the system automatically, or you can manually turn it on or manually turn it off. You can also see what the default condition is. The default for this one is it's normally on unless the system turns it off. This is also a power monitoring version, and you'll notice under powering monitoring, you can configure the settings just like temperature, ORP, and pH. You can set up power. This might be useful for 2 things. If your filter draws more energy when it starts becoming clogged, you can set this very precisely to tell you when it's time to clean your filter. The other one is you can set it to 0 or set it up just a little bit, and so that if in fact somebody unplugs your say your filter by mistake, this will then alarm and tell you that your filter is not drawing any power. It's unplugged. That helps in case somebody ever unplugs your stuff to, say, vacuum the house. You'll know right away that something changed and it needs to get fixed. These are the alarm setting, just like in the other ones, where you can say that this is a control condition or this is an alarming condition, and then you set it up and save. So these outlets are very handy for turning things on and off, and you go down. You will get the alarms for the various things, but if you really want to turn things off automatically or turn lights on automatically, you need the smart outlets. You can buy as many or as few as you need. You can add them as you go. Every time you buy some new ones, you just configure them in the Casa app, and then add the system to there, and then you can assign them to anywhere you like.